Hey everyone, this is Brickman Studios, and welcome to my LEGO Avengers Ultimate Quinjet review. In this review, we will be looking at 5 main aspects: set statistics, playability, minifigures, overall appearance, and if it has a comic book or movie equivalent, is it accurate? Each of these categories will receive 5 points, which will be tallied in total at the end. The first category we will be looking at is the statistics. The Avengers Endgame Ultimate Quinjet is set number 76126. It contains 838 pieces, and it comes with 6 minifigures: Quantum Realm Suit Thor, Black Widow, Rocket Raccoon, Hawkeye, and 2 Chitauri soldiers. The overall price is $79.99 US before taxes. The price per piece is $0.095. Overall, I give the set a 4 out of 5 points in the statistics scale. This is due to the fact that I would have much preferred to have 2 more Avengers in the set instead of having the 2 Chitauri soldiers. A good idea would have been taking Nebula or Iron Man's Mark 85 suit and putting it in this set so you wouldn't have to purchase the Avengers compound in order to pick those minifigures up. I do believe the price and number of pieces is good due to the fact that it is a licensed Avengers Disney set. I also do believe that the 6 minifigures is a good number for the set because of the restricted space on the interior of the jet. The next category will be the playability of the set. We're going to start from the back of the set and make our way forwards. The Quinjet comes with a 3-wheel bike that has 2 stud shooters in each side, and it has a handle for any character you want to put on, and it simply grips their hands here. The bike can be easily stored in the back of the Quinjet by just simply lowering the ramp and inserting the bike down here. Obviously then you can close the ramp, and then the bike will be simply stored. In the back, there's also, above the ramp, this 6 stud big gun shooter, where you simply can shoot by twisting the gun, as you can see from doing this. And I think it's a pretty cool addition, and it has these gray studs on it. Now, let's rotate this a little bit. Oh, and also you can store the big stud gun shooter in the ramp area, but you can only put either the bike or the stud gun shooter. You can't put both at the same time. So the next part we have is both of the engines here, which can be rotated up and down, not forward backwards, but just up and down. That is the same thing on both sides. And now the next part we're going to be looking at is the edge of the wings. The edge of the wings do move up and down, but they cannot move forward and backwards or else they come apart. I think it's a pretty cool addition. It's like a type of flap or just a part of the wing that helps you rotate when you're flying. Now we see that the regular stud shooters are right here on each side of the cockpit, and the cockpit does come with an opening where you can place a character inside right here. So let's take, for example, Black Widow. As long as you take off her weapons, you can put her in the cockpit and it'll be like she's flying the Quinjet. And just close it. See, this is the problem with this set. The cockpit comes with this little window that whenever you open it, it is barely held by this 2x2 piece, that it just simply comes off whenever you try to lower it. So that's honestly my biggest problem with the set right now, but for the rest, I think I'm doing pretty good. Now, there's also above the cockpit this little opening section where you can place the two more characters, and you can also hang up their weapons with a little clip. So, for example, you could put Thor and Rocket Raccoon in there, and you could have their weapons also there. So I think overall that's pretty good. And in my opinion, I'd give the playability of the set a 5 out of 5, because the jet includes areas where the minifigures can be placed along with their weapons. The ramp in the back, I think, is a great feature, and it has plenty of play fight capability due to the 3 stud shooters present on the jet. The 2 small ones and the big one in the back. The only complaint, like I mentioned before, is that this window just keeps falling off like it's nobody's business. The category is the minifigures of the set. The Ultimate Quinjet comes with 6 minifigures: Quantum Realm Suit Thor, Black Widow, Rocket Raccoon, Hawkeye, and 2 Chitauri soldiers. So the first minifigure we're going to be looking at is Thor. So let's take him off of here, put him on here. Thor has his Quantum Realm suit, which I think looks amazing. Crisp coloring on the feet, the legs, and the chest. The arms, I guess, are a little bland, but it's okay. And then the hands are just plain black. He comes with this Stormbreaker that I'm pretty sure has been the same one since Infinity War and the other Endgame sets, so I don't blame them because the weapons stay completely the same. The back is just the normal Quantum Realm suit armoring, which I once again find amazing because it's just, the detail on it is very precise, so I think it's worth the price. Thor has his regular short hair, and he comes with his normal face, and then if we rotate it, the head, he comes with his angry, electricity face on, I guess, thunder face on, whatever it is, the god of thunder, yes. Okay, let's put this back and get on to the next figure, right here. The next figure we're going to be looking at is Hawkeye. Once again, standard Quantum Realm suit. Once again, I found it really cool. He comes with his bow, and he comes with his, quiver, and he has his regular dark brown hair, and then he does have another face, which if we can rotate, I'll show you. Here it is. It's just a regular angry face that we've seen with many other LEGO characters in the past. Nothing new. The next figure we're going to be looking at is Black Widow. She also has the Quantum Realm suit, if you're beginning to see a pattern here, with her 2 electric sticks that we've seen before in the Infinity War sets. I'm not sure if she's had those in, let's say, Civil War and Age of Ultron sets, since I don't own any Avengers from those. So all I know is that they're from Infinity War, and she also has 2 faces with this gingerish hair, which I'm not sure if I remember well. That's exactly her hair in Endgame, because I thought she had shorter hair in Endgame, but I could be mistaken. And then she has just another angry face that we've seen before in LEGO. Nothing new there. The next figure is Quantum Realm suit Rocket Raccoon. Now this one I find pretty cool because of his gun, which I think is a nice little modification on LEGO that they made themselves. It's just one of those 2-cylinder guns we've seen before, with this clip piece and then a stud on the bottom and then a lightsaber hilt in the front, which is a little cool thing, which I'm pretty sure can be considered a rifle since it's what he uses in the movies instead of just a regular gun. What I really like is his headpiece. It's a custom printed piece, which is obviously not the same size or shape as a regular head, and if we turn him around, we see that he has a custom tail and this little neck piece, which I find really cool, but I don't remember exactly what it is, if it's something special in, you know, the movie. I think it's just a regular piece of armor for his part. I think this is a pretty cool figure. Oops, that fell. Okay. Now, the Chitauri soldiers. It's the same thing, so I'm only going to really show you one. I never had one. I've looked online, and I've heard they're different than the regular New York Battle Avengers ones. Chitauri soldiers, so I guess these ones are new ones, which is pretty cool for a collection. The back, it's just, you know, the regular pieces or parts or printing. The legs are just bland. I'm not sure I like that. I really don't. It's just bland gray legs, which I think LEGO could have done a little better. Maybe a little piece of knee armor or thigh armor, or even just like foot shoes or something. The head part looks pretty cool. I think that's a good look. They are only 1 face, and on the back they do have the back of their helmet, which I think looks a little weird, but I think it's cool printing and neat printing. Their rifle, I think, looks pretty good. Maybe the gun itself could have been silver also. Could have been gold also, to fit along with the rest of it, but I guess it distinguishes more in this part, so I think that's a pretty good choice. Now, I personally would have preferred Ronin figure instead of a regular Hawkeye, just because, you know, in the movie we actually do see Ronin instead of Hawkeye. Well, although they're the same person, I think it'd be better to have Ronin, but I guess they couldn't spoil the fact that Ronin was appearing, so I don't really blame them on that part. But a modification I would have made to these minifigures would have been, instead of Black Widow having her electric sticks, I would have preferred maybe a sword or a gun or something like that, because although she does have electricity, not power but weapons in the movies, it's never sticks, it's more on her hands that shoot, and I don't know if LEGO does have a piece like that, but it'd be nice to see that in the future because it's more accurate to what we're watching. So overall, I rate the minifigures a 4 out of 5, because although I really enjoyed the Quantum Realm suits, I believe Ronin would have been a better fit instead, and having other Avengers instead of the Chitauri. The category we will be looking at is if this Quinjet is comic book or movie accurate. For this category, I'll compare the LEGO Quinjet to the Quinjets we've seen in the MCU movies, specifically the Quinjet aboard the SHIELD helicarrier in the Avengers movie from 2012. Due to the image being copyrighted, I cannot share it on my video, but I will for sure put a link for you guys to see it. Starting at the ends of the wings, we see that in the image from the movie, the edge of the wings are pointed downwards, because the plane is not in motion and resting on the helicarrier, which means that whenever the plane's flying, they'll either be horizontal of 180 degrees or upwards or lower. So that means that the ends of the wings are for helping the plane stabilize or move during the flight, so that is movie accurate. The next part we'll be looking at is the cockpit window and the area above it. In the image we do see a cockpit window and a midsection window above it, which seems to be completely accurate, and another small detail present in the movie's Quinjet is this small vent right here. It's a little vertical vent that's displayed by this 2x1 piece, I believe. Yeah, it's descending upwards in width, so that is a very neat detail that LEGO added. The flaps of both the movie version and the LEGO version do seem very similar. There's no striking differences there. And also, if you see on the back, they do have this little triangular shape that is created in the movie, and they also do have the afterburners on the bottom, or they could just be fans as a vertical engine. Now, the engines on both sides are done very well and very, very similar to the movie. The engines for the Quinjet and LEGO do have these vents at the top here, which are identical, well, not identical because it's a sticker, but identical to the movie and how the movie's Quinjet does have the vents on top here. Since this is supposedly supposed to be in motion, this LEGO, it has the orange engine pieces to show the heat of the engine, but the resting Quinjet doesn't have it, but it does have the descending shape of the engine here, along with these black stabilizers. And a very, very neat detail is in the back here, this gray piece that the Quinjet does have. And the only one striking difference I see is overall the coloring of the entire Quinjet, since in the movie it is completely black and it doesn't have the Avengers logos yet, clearly because the team is barely being formed by then, so that's just a timeline error. And the only other very small difference is the fact that the movie Quinjet doesn't have the guns on the sides or on the back, but that isn't a problem. So overall I give this category a 5 out of 5 because the differences are simply because of a timeline error. The fourth category we will be looking at today will be the overall appearance of the Quinjet. Overall, the Quinjet looks very clean on the outside. It has sharp colors and contrast between the blue and orange. Right here we see it multiple times, the oranges, the blue, the oranges, the blues, which brings them out very sharply. Now, the next part I'd like to talk about is the engines. Overall, the engines look very nice and clean on the outside with these stickers on the top right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but right here there's these stickers with vents on it, for the exhaustion of the air. I find them very nice because just these sharp orange pieces, which I've never actually seen before, which look pretty cool, on the A for the Avengers on the ends. And then we have these orange radar pieces, which demonstrate the afterburners of the engines, or just like the vertical engines, which I find to be really good. And also the stud shooter right here, I find to be an amazing fit for this set because it fits well with the coloring. It's a little bit darker, so it fits with the blue, since it's more of a dark blue than a light blue of anything. And not only is it a good thing for the coloring, but it's also really good because it fits well on the back. If you take out the bike, right here you open up the ramp, take out the bike, the stud shooter actually fits in the back. But you can only fit one at a time, which is unfortunate, but then it closes up like that, which is pretty nice. So yeah, just it's opening it and closing it helps with the playability of it. Although we're talking about appearance, it looks great with and without the stud shooter. The last part I'd like to talk about is that the Quinjet looks much better, in my opinion, from the front than to the side, actually, because if we look at it from the front, it looks like a normal jet and it has that jet appearance and streamlined position. But then if you look at it from the side, you kind of see this wall here, this gray underbelly wall, which isn't the prettiest to look at. I know it's essential to the build of the set, but it kind of doesn't look too good to just look at. So maybe if they would have changed the coloring a little bit, it would have looked prettier. But I guess that's how the set goes. Overall, I think because it's so clean and sharp that I'd give it a 5 out of 5. Overall, this set gets a 23 out of 25. Although it is my first score given on a review, it is a good score because it had 3 perfect categories and only 2 that were off by 1 point. I hope everyone liked the review. If you have any feedback, please feel free to leave a comment down below, or even if you have any questions or future video ideas. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support. I hope you have a great day.